If you've never used DaVinci Resolve, when you first open it, it can seem overwhelming. You're not sure what to do, there's so many different options. In this video, I'm going to walk you through how to get your footage from your computer into DaVinci Resolve so you can start editing your first video. Before we actually open DaVinci, we want to go into our media folder on our computer, and we want to make sure that every bit of footage that we have is given, we've renamed it so that we know what that footage is. If we leave it to the computer to decide, I'll go over to my pictures here and the screenshots, it's just numbers. You cannot tell what those are, which is why giving your videos a name and just letting yourself know what each video, what each clip is, will help you moving forward. A lot of all of the professional video editors, they use these methods, and it just helps your workflow so much. So let's open up DaVinci, and when you first open DaVinci, let's just minimize that. When you first open DaVinci Resolve, this is what you're going to see. This is the project manager. So we have new project here. Let's call this our first video. Okay, and then create, and that will open up DaVinci Resolve. And as I say, it looks scary, but once you know what each thing does and you break it down into the individual elements, it's not that scary at all. So let's start off with our first element. All of the things that we use are down here on the bottom. So as you can see, we have our media, we have our cutting page, our editing page. Everything that we need is down here on the bottom. So if we click onto our media page, this is where we're going to import all of our media from our computer. So what you want to do is you want to go to the folder on your computer where you have your footage. So that's not where I have mine. Let me go back here. So here is where I have my footage. There we go. DaVinci and my B-roll. So in here, this is all of the B-roll that I have, but I don't want all of this B-roll for this particular clip. So we click on the little search bar and we just type in coffee. That is all of the clips that I will need, and I have went into my system and I renamed them coffee. So we just drag the mouse over all of the clips to highlight them in red, and then we just right click and click on add into media pool. It will ask you to change the project frame rate. You would say yes, because that keeps the frame rate in DaVinci the same as what the frame rate was that you was shooting your footage in. So we click on change, and then just like that, that will add all of your footage into your media pool. And when you go over to your cutting page, all of the footage is now here, ready to be just dragged down into your clip and ready to start working with whatever it is that you're doing. Now I want to show you another piece of ingenuity that DaVinci Resolve has, and that is called power bins. Okay, so here are your power bins, and you can set these up. If you don't see power bins and smart bins at the beginning, then you just go over to these three little red dots. Let me just take off the metadata. The three little red dots on the right hand side, you would click them and you'll see show smart bins and show power bins. You want to make sure both of those are selected. And then once you're in your power bins, you would click on master and you would start giving your bins names. So I have like a bin for B-roll, I have a bin for sound, music, everything. Now what these power bins do is any footage that is in your B-roll folder on your computer, excuse me, this will bring all of that footage across into DaVinci Resolve, and then it stays in DaVinci. So if I was to close this project and start on a new project, all of this B-roll is still here. All of this music that I have is all still here. So it means that you're not starting a new project and having to reintroduce all of the media again. You do it once and then it's done. And when you are creating media and you need to, let's say you have more media added into your B-roll, you would just right click on B-roll, and where it says resync media files, that will bring in any other footage that's on your computer in your B-roll folder that is not already in DaVinci. So you don't have to go finding it. You just click on resync folders, resync files, and it'll bring all that in for you. So that is really useful to know, especially if you have multiple projects on the go at the same time. So in the next episode, this is just how to get your footage into DaVinci Resolve. In the next video, we are going to go over to our cut page, which is where we start to bring our footage into our timeline and we start to build the story that we want to build. And I'm going to cover all of that with you in the next episode. That episode will start off exactly at this point where this episode finished. So I will see you guys there. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments down below and I will be sure to answer every one of them. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.